want to briefly speak to the demon craps, especially the Black American demon craps, especially those that call themselves Christians. Those of you that believe in God, they believe in life, in Christ. These are the ones that stand up in church on Sunday and testify or testify and shout and knock over benches and slap people upside the head. We know that those are demonic spirits. Okay, even though you're in church, these are demonic spirits. And what even confirms it more is the fact that you support abortion. Not just abortion, but late-term abortions. Now, Virginia is following suit with New York State. And they are about to, if they had not already, signed into law late-term abortion. Virginia's doing that. It's spreading like wildfire because they sat back and saw that no one did anything in New York. There was no opposition. Cuomo was given a blank check. They saw how easy it was to pass the law in New York, so they decided to do it. They saw that New York State got a standing ovation. There was a celebration. And so Virginia decided to follow suit. So it made me really question. I've always questioned, and that's why I always refer to the Democrats as demon craps, because of the fact that this is demonic energy. This is the same energy, what we see happening with the demon craps today, even toward Donald Trump, is the same energy that we saw in history past. This is the same energy that lynched blacks, that started the KKK. The Ku Klux Klan came from the demon craps. The demon craps were the ones that stopped the progression of the so-called Black Americans. And they're doing it to this very day. Yes, they will patronize you until they get your votes. And after they get your votes, then they can continue with their demonic agenda. Just look at the track record of demon craps. And I know there's a lot of blacks out there that, you know, their mama was a demon crap, their grandparents were the demon crap, their great-great-grandparents were demon craps, so they're die-hard demon craps. In spite of the demonic energy and the demonic works of the demon craps, you still support them. So I want you guys to take a look at this video. And this is what demon craps support. This is what they back. You support the murder of unborn children. Now, there's a white chick that made a comment on Facebook and was saying that basically people need to mind their own business and what's wrong with a woman having a choice. Well, it's not about choice. That unborn baby don't have a choice. That unborn baby don't have a say in what happens. People like me have become the voice of the unborn babies that don't have the right to choose to live. And can you just imagine the cries, the unheard cries of these babies, especially the late-term babies that's being desecrated and destroyed from the mother's womb? Because usually when babies are born, they cry. And this is a human being, a living human, a baby, a late-term pregnancy. So I'm sure when that baby comes out, that baby has a silent cry that you just can't hear. And you're going to hear from this doctor, he's going to say that there's times where, you know, the baby looked back at him. He saw the face of that child looking at him when they perform the abortion. So this really makes me question those demon craps that refer to themselves as Christian. How can you be a Christian? How can you be a follower of Christ, a child of God, and you support the murder of unborn children? And I was just saying this morning that since Cuomo is passing all of these satanic laws, he might as well just do what Little Rock, Arkansas did and erect a satanic statue. They should erect a satanic statue in Albany because they're doing the work of Satanists. They're sacrificing unborn children. So they might as well go ahead and erect a satanic statue. And since we're talking about choices, since these females in a lawsuit, this should be a lawsuit. Men should stand up. Men that care should stand up and bring a lawsuit against Congress and against the governor or the lawmakers in New York State for discrimination, because they're so concerned about the women's right to choose. Men don't have that right to choose. So females have a right to choose to abort the unborn child without the man's say so. But yet, if that female chooses to keep the baby and the man says that he's not ready emotionally, psychologically, or even financially, if he's not ready to take care of a child, or he's not ready to father a child, he's forced into fatherhood. So his wages are garnished, his driver's privileges are taken away, he's locked up in many cases. These guys are locked up, they have to go back and forth to court, and he's responsible until at the age of 21 and even longer if that child chooses to go to college. So now he's stuck with raising a child that he really didn't want, that he wasn't really ready to raise, he wasn't ready to father. But he's forced into fatherhood. He don't have a choice. But he may want the child. He may want a father. And because it's that female's body, she's got the choice to terminate that life. Well, why didn't she exercise that choice to prevent herself from getting pregnant? To protect herself from getting pregnant? Since it's about choice. So where's the choice of men? But I'm not gonna go on because my intention was to keep this video short. But I want you to listen to this doctor talk about performing the abortion. Listen to what he says.
Dr. Levatino, we'll begin with you. Welcome.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to get right to it. Second trimester D&E abortions performed between roughly 14 and 24 weeks of gestation. Your patient today is 17 years old. She's 22 weeks pregnant. Her baby is the length of your hand plus a couple of inches. And she's been feeling her baby kick for the last several weeks, but she's asleep on an operating room table. You walk into that operating room scrubbed and gowned, and after removing laminaria, you introduce a suction catheter into the uterus. This is a 14 French suction catheter. If she were 12 weeks pregnant or less, basically the width of your hand or smaller, you could basically do the entire procedure with this. But babies this big don't fit through catheters this size. After suctioning the amniotic fluid out from around the baby, you introduce an instrument called the Sofer clamp. It's about 13 inches long. It's made of stainless steel. The business end of this clamp is about 2.5 inches long and 1/2 inch wide. There are rows of sharp teeth. This is a grasping instrument. When it gets a hold of something, it does not let go. A D&E procedure is a blind abortion, so picture yourself introducing this and grabbing anything you can blindly and pull, and I do mean hard, and out pops a leg about that big, which you put down on the table next to you. Reach in again, pull out an arm about the same length, which you put down on the table next to you, and use this instrument again and again to tear out the spine, the intestines, the heart, and lungs. Head in the baby that size is about the size of a large plum. Can't see it, but you've pretty good idea you got it if you've got your instrument around something and your fingers are spread about as far as they go. You know you did it right if you crush down on the instrument and white material runs out of the cervix. That was the baby's brains. Then you can pull out skull pieces. And you have a day like I had a lot of times. Sometimes the little face comes back and stares back at you. Congratulations, you just successfully performed a second trimester D&E abortion. You just affirmed her right to choose.
You just affirmed your right to choose. Feedback, tell me what you think. Till next time, I'm Fearless.